Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnang Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Lord Krishna, the world teacher, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, and the supreme bliss of Mother Devaki. Our salutations to him. So we are reading Bhagavad Gita, and we are to start today chapter 4, and that is the Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Jnana means the knowledge, and karma is that activity which we live with every day, that is the karma. Anything we do, that is karma. And karma sannyasa, the sacrifice all our actions, or offer every action to God. And by that way we get connected with the divine, that is yoga. So this chapter deals in that way. It is karma, jnana, it is the talking about the knowledge, and the sannyasa, the renunciation or giving up of all actions at the feet of the Lord, so that we can be freed from the cycle of bondage and suffering. So the last chapter, it has karma yoga. The whole Gita talks about mostly karma bondage, how to be freed, how to detach. This is repeated ideas are given, but still it was given the idea that don't think that body is all, senses are there. The senses are said to be superior to the body. The mind is superior to the senses, and the intellect is superior to the mind. And then what is superior to the intellect is Atman. Last verse of the chapter 3 on page 267 we read, these senses are said to be superior than the body. Without the senses, the body cannot function. That's why it is more important to give value to the senses than the body. But above the senses, who controls the senses? Mind. Mind is the controller of all the senses. Eyes may be there seeing something. If mind does not connect, then our no perception. Ear may not hear. Ear may hear, but mind does not connect. It cannot convey anything to me. So like that, that's why mind is superior. But mind also is an instrument. It cannot decide what is this, to objectify the world. Then mind is controlled by buddhi, the intellect. The manasastu para buddhi. Manasastu para buddhi, jo buddhi paratastu sa. And who controls the intellect, all our understanding is all understanding. Understanding is a conscious activity. What is that conscious activity is done by what consciousness? So that is the Atman, that is the self. That was the last verse we did. Now Bhagavan says here that I have taught this science of Vedic science, this ancient wisdom, long back to the sun god and the Manu and all the great kings. I have taught them in past. So that is the way the first verse starts. This philosophy of superiority of the Supreme Self, superiority of the Atman, above body, above the senses, above that is the mind, above mind is the intellect, and beyond that intellect, that Paramatman, Supreme Self, that is Supreme Self is the reality. These are all dependent. As we give the normal example, Wi-Fi is essential. However, your instrument may be good instrument, computer, this, that, or nothing will work if there is no Wi-Fi. So that is superior. Wi-Fi is superior than all the instrument and the say the software or whatever you all, technical words I do not know, but whatever there, it is not the external. This is the external thing. It is much higher than that, because it is the power which allows it to manifest and work. So similarly, this body, you see that this is all. No, this is not. It is more than the body is the senses. Senses more that controls the senses, mind. Mind is controlled by the intellect. Intellect and ego, they have made one. I. And that beyond that buddhi is the paratastu saha. This is the philosophy, very simple philosophy, but this is the core of Vedanta. So this Vedantic wisdom, he said, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, verse number 1 on page 270. Imam vivashvate yogam pruktavan aham abhayam manave praho manur iksha kave apravit. So what he says, that this imperishable yoga, why imperishable? That absolute consciousness, which is the foundation of all the machineries working in the cosmos, right from a bacteria. You know, in one pill you get how many bacteria? Probiotic? 100 billion in a small capsule. How many billions of bacteria are there? In that also, the power behind that is that Atman or consciousness is there. This imam, this science, vivashyate, I have told to vivashyat. Vivashyat is who? His name is Surya, the sun. The material sun we see. That means you said to the sun, does it matter? No. There is somebody who automatically thinks that I am the owner of the sun. No? As we landed property all belongs to God, we think this is our property, that is your property. So there is some sensate existence we call gods. In Hinduism, they put gods behind all material objects, sun god, moon god, rain god, fire god. So everywhere there is God. God means some devata, deep dhatu. It is effulgent something. There is something effulgent, conscious entity behind who thinks. See, we say this is the what you call the this is the mayor's jurisdiction. Where is the mayor? We don't find the mayor in our road, in street, in there. He is sitting somewhere else. But he identifies that entire this jurisdiction area, whatever happens, I am responsible for that. I will have to take action. I will have to write it, to make it. So there is some entity like that everywhere. You cannot find one spot where no one claims it. You go to the land, if driving five freeway, miles and miles and miles of plot of land and archery, what you call them, gardens and fruits and all these things are growing, agriculturists are there. X or Y or Z or anybody is thinking, this is my area, this is your area. I have 1,000 acre land, you have 1,000 acre, my border is here, your border is here. That is a human conception. They have brought that conception to all the celestial things which you say. So I say, I taught this to sun. Sun does not mean the material sun, you go and hey, this is this. But there is some who identifies as me, I am the controller of the sun. So that called the sun god. And then sun god Imam vivashyati yogam praktavan, and I have told, aham, I have said, abhyam, this imperishable reality, imperishable Atman, imperishable Brahman, to Vivashan. Vivashan means the sun god, and Vivashan, he then conveyed this message to Vivashan Manave Prahu. What is Manu? Manu is the ancient lawmaker, he is called the Manu, and he taught it to Manu. And then Manu, in the Smriti we call Manu, Manur Ikshakave. Ikshaku means first among the kings of the solar dynasty. The king, solar dynasty, Rama is which dynasty? Solar dynasty. Right? So, that is the first king of the solar dynasty is Ramachandra. That's that tradition. So, I told them. So, the wisdom has been given to first to the sun god. Sun god gave it to the lawmaker Manu. Manu gave it to the Vivaswan Ikshaku. Ikshaku means that is the solar dynasty king. And when the ruler of kingdom comes to know of the supreme wisdom, they tackle the worldly problems more diligently. If they know, that is why Vedic religion is like that, you do whatever you do, but you keep Vedantic knowledge at the back of your mind. That is a tradition. Actually, I was surprised that when I first joined, one gentleman, he was ordinary gardener. We appointed him a gardener from Odisha. He does not know any other language, only the Oriya language he knows. And so one day I was asking him, what do you meditate upon? And he started teaching me the 7 chakras and how it functions, how the mind can roll from one to the other to that. He is illiterate person, didn't go to school, but this knowledge he got it from his father or his tradition, from his guru. So, it is penetrated into this whole philosophy that is the ultimate goal is this, but whatever you do garden work, you can go to school also, okay, but this knowledge is, Holy Ramakrishna said, and Advaita Gyan, the knowledge of the non-dual reality, tie in your cloth and keep it in a corner of your cloth and do whatever you like. Without that knowledge, life is miserable. With that knowledge, one can handle everything better. That is true. As we understand, we go through life's struggles and stripes and struggles. When you have a Vedantic background, you have the capacity to handle that. If it is without that, you will be smashed. So, this is the ancient science. So, says that I gave it to the kings. This way it came to the king, and then that king, what king does, he can that infiltrates into their subjects. The second verse says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalena iho mahata yogo nasta parantapa. O Parantapa, O Arjuna, you are the powerful person, you are also born in the family of the kings, you are Kshatriyas, no? O Parantapa. Evam, thus in this study, in this way, Parampara Praptam, the tradition came down from the handed down to regular succession. The king, father did it to the son, he became the king, he gave it to his son. So, the tradition came down from this lineage. Origin is I gave it to the sun god, and then sun god is a ruler. God means he is ruling, and the sun and the solar system, we are solar system. So, and in that tradition the kings are born, kings got them, and then evam parampara, the succession, regular succession is handed down. Imam, this Rajorsayo, they become sages, they become king, at the time Siji, Raja Rishi, Rajarshi. Then Rajarshayo means Bahuvachan. Rajarshi, Rajarsayo, Rajarsayo. That means one Rajarshi? No. Two Rajarshi? No. Rajarsayaha means all the Raja Rishis. Raja has become Rishis. That's why it is surprising when you read the Upanishads, we find a Brahmin is going to the king in Janaka's court and learning Brahma-Jnana from him. In the Upanishad you find that many stories are there. The sincere seeker of Vedantic truth person is going to a king to learn Vedanta. That means it was first great knowledge transcended into the kings first, and then it transmitted from them to the down the grade to everyone. That philosophy percolated into society. So Rajarshi, and that these rishis, they are really they are rajas, the kings, but they are also rishis. Rajarsayo Viduhu. So the kings then came to know all this science of Vedanta. Rajas saw Kaleno, but that tradition what happened? In time, Kaleno, in time, lapse of time, Iho Mahata, this grand philosophy of Vedanta, Yoga, Nastaha. People forget. Naturally anything, you start with some enthusiasm, after some time it reduces. High tide in the ocean, it rolls down, and subsides. When it started, it was a big, huge wave. And say Buddha movement was a huge Buddha movement, and that was a king. Krishna, we are reading about that. Krishna is a king. All Vedic wisdom we are getting from Krishna, from Rama, Buddha. Of course, Ramakrishna was not king, but he was king in another level, so that's okay. But here, so this tradition came down, but after a lapse of many years, it is a human nature, we decline our spirit of the, say our integrity. When we are first into the spiritual life, we are very enthusiastic. See, now we have become old, so spiritual life is a little bit softened. It is in the nature. The wave slows down as time passes. So Kaleno, by the long efflux of time, a decade in this world, and that is Nasta. It is this tradition, this philosophy, people forgotten, and people don't recall that their fundamental basic divine nature, and they got involved into the Raja only ruling the country, your farmer only doing the farming work. So that's why I come back again. What I have taught, I am trying to give you that same great wisdom, boosting. So this is make a sense. If we look at the perspective of all this, it makes sense. Any great spiritual, say Ramakrishna came, what a upheaval of spirituality, what a upheaval of sparkling spirituality. It's touching someone, looking at someone, they are getting transformed. The Girish, the person who is such a character, became a saint. Latu, he became a saint, no? So, and not only that, has impact, how much? But Kaleno, again, time. He will say, this will go on so many years, but again in time, philosophy and practice will be reduced as our human nature, and then again he will have to come and give a boosting, and then again get up. So that's the time has come. Saevo ayam, third verse, 272. Saevo ayam maya te adya yoga prokta puratanaha. Saevayam maya te adya yoga prokta puratanaha. Bhaktosi me swaka cheti Bhakto sime sakha cheti rahasyam hietat uttamam rahasyam hietat uttamam. Now, saeva. Sa means that. Saeva means that very knowledge which I talked in the past, which has been handed down this way. I am here today, sa eva ayam, the same ancient philosophy of science of yoga. কি হচ্ছে তে অদ্য means today, that yoga prakta is being said again, that ancient puratana, mean old, the ancient, that ancient wisdom is being said today again. I am telling you. Bhakta, why are you telling me? Well, you are my bhakta, you are devoted to me, you have surrendered to me. So that's why I am telling you. That means here is important thing, recipient. Recipient should be ready to or ready and qualified to accept the teaching. Ramakrishna was waiting for Vivekananda, and he poured his all everything to, and how many years he, Swami Vivekananda, how many 6 years or so I struggled day and night with him, verified everything. And it takes time. So, because you are my devotee, so I am giving this wisdom, knowledge to you. Bhakto sime. And not only that, you are my sakha. Sakha means friend. Real friend is who? Who shares everything. Great thing, joys and suffering and pleasure and pain. Everything is shared with the sakha. Sakha means the real friend who never abandons. Here sakha means there are friends for your good days, when you have some wealth, health, money, prosperity flocking around you. And when trouble comes, they turn their face away. Not that is not sakha. Sakha is all the time you are with me and you are dependent. I am also a friend to you in that level. Therefore, two reasons, because you are my sakha, friend, at the same time you are my bhakta, because you said, oh Krishna, please tell me, I don't want to fight, I am bewildered, please guide me, that you are taking refuge in me, you are my devotee. Two reasons, that means that qualification is mentioned here. What is the real teaching may be teaching, but teaching, if it goes into wrong people, wrong interpretation will happen. And most of the places, wrong interpretation creates more confusion. Rather than understanding the truth, we misunderstand it more and get more confused. Therefore, it is says that the science of yoga remains a secret because of this. Why is mantra is made so much secret? Initiation, mantra. Why it is so secret? Mantra is available everywhere. It is secret because for the reasons the incompetency of man, you find the note 272, the incompetency of man to pursue it properly. If it is not competent, he will say good food. If your stomach does not digest, it makes upset. Similarly, spiritual food, if my mind is not ready to have it, I will make a indigestion. That's why indigestion of spiritual truth creates so much confusion. Indigestion of spiritual forces killing each other. My religion, your religion, fighting, killing, destroying civilization, destroying temples, mosques, churches, this, that, in the name of religion. It is misconception, incompetence of the followers who are doing that. But genuine spiritual person of all religion, they will be saying the same thing. So, he is saying to have that competence, that is why it is kept secret. That is why I told it to the kings only, and competent kings. And then it goes down again. How he declined? Because of incompetency. It fell in the hand. Vedantic truth, that story. Vedantic truth is the truth, very powerful. So, Vedanta student have done something which is bad, and he was taken to the court, and the judge then gave punishment. Then he said, sir, Vedanta student saying, so-called Vedanta student say, sir, I didn't do anything. I am Atman. I am pure. My hand has done. But yes, I am not punishing Atman. I am punishing the hand which did it. So point is that misconception. He is trying to misuse the Vedantic understanding in a wrong way. You action and reaction. If I put my finger in the fire, yes, it will burn. If I put on the ice, it will be felt cold. You cannot say, I am Atman, it will be cold, will be hot, hot will be cold. No, not that. It is the phenomenal world works in its own rule, and transcendental truth is truth. It is unaffected. So here, that to put these two concepts, to be a recipient, bhakta, and be a sakha, feel, tell everything, oh Lord, you are my own. This is my struggle, I cannot handle it. Talk like a friend talking to a friend, unburdening everything. That's why we can do that unburdening to God, everything, which I cannot tell many people. In our personal life, many people feel shy to say so many things. What have I done, I right or wrong? You tell everything to him, he is your sakha. Dr. Radhakrishnan used to say, quote this verse, Narayanam, about Swami Vivekananda, he used to say, he was a Narayana, he was a Narashakha. In the Bhagavad there is a verse wonderful, Narayanam Narashakham Saranam Prapadde. I take refuge in Narayana, the Narashakha, the friend of the Nara, the humankind. Entire humanity is the friend of human. Who is the human friend? He does not leave us any moment. Rather, he will be more with my suffering, more with my anguish and turmoil. He will be more supportive. That is, and he is here. So I am your. So two competencies are mentioned in this verse. There you are bhakta and you are sakha. So you should be bhakta and you should be sakha. Bhakta, say, hello, I cannot handle, please guide me in life's struggles and problems. And another, this is sakha, he is never leaving me. No. That's why it becomes obscure when the right sort of person becomes rare in the society. The dharma, truthfulness, honesty, obscures. See, in the name of religion, people are killing in such a way, brutally. The innocent people are being killed, whatever may be the reason, what is right and wrong. But it is happening because the right people, right sort of people in the religious leadership is not there. If that is there, the force will change. Who suggested? Later, all the top leaders of the religious leaders in every tradition, say Dalai Lama and that range of people sit together and find what is going on, why it should not be stopped. If that communion, that type of dialogue happens in that level, and they send a message to the whole world, things will be changing. If whole Muslim Islamic world stands on what an imam says or their spiritual head tells, no? In every tradition, guru are respected, their tradition says, this is religion, this is religion, this is religion. It is really, what is the religion is confusion. That's why he said, I have to come again and again. Next verse will be that. Therefore, now Arjuna is what the recipient has appeared, and thereafter a new revelation of the yoga also ensues. What a man has made himself worthy of, that comes to you spontaneously. So here is the appearance of God is happening. This is the reason why I am telling you the same science again. No? Fourth verse on page 273. Aparang Arjuna Vacha. Now Arjuna is putting a question. You are saying something irrelevant. You are my sakha, my friend, I accept you. But you are the man born in that, you are my age. You are born in such and such year, BC, before Christian era. And you are saying you have give the advice to sun god. What a contradictory word. You are standing before me, you are of my age, you are teaching me, and you said, I gave this teaching to the sun god. Are sun god? How can you give that? That's the question. Aparam bhavatu janma, aparam bhavatu janma, param janma vivasvataha, param janma vivasvataha. Katham etat bijaniyam, katham etat bijaniyam, tamadu praktavan iti, tam adu praktavan iti. Aparang bhavatu janma. Your birth is much later. You are born the other year. And parang janma vivasvata. And earlier the birth of Vivasvata. Vivasvata, the sun god, the sun came when? We do not know when it came in the solar system. The system came later on. One sun was there. So that sun, when he was born, and he was born, that's why you advised the sun god. There is a land, that's why the landlord. You told, it is the king, the wide range of property and the country, you say he is the king. There is no land and property, how is a king? So how can you say? Because you are not there, you are born that day, and this sun is for how many years? Before, thousands and thousands of years. And how can you give advice being born afterwards to a person who is much earlier than you? You cannot talk to your grandfather before your birth. No? It is a question like that. I had a good discourse with my grandfather. How can you be your you have not seen your grandfather. Grandfather, how will you do that? So that is a big question, a logical question. So that says, later was your birth, earlier was the birth of Vivasvat. That means, the Vivasvat means sun god. How then am I to understand that you told it in the beginning? So it is contradictory. Then Sri Bhagavan was Bhagavan bolchen, what he says? Verse number 5 on 274. Bahuni me betitani, bahuni me betitani, janmani tabacharjuna, janmani tabacharjuna, tani aham veda sarvani, tani aham veda sarvani, natvam betha parantapa, natvam betha parantapa. Sri Bhagavan said, this is response, Krishna says, that bahuni, many, bahu means many, bahu, bahuni, many times. Why Indian style of talking many? Americans don't like it. One many is enough. Why do you say many? And is it not? Normally, it is not good. You should not, in Bengali way we say, or Indian way we say, many people were there. English language is enough to say many people were there. But why do you say many? That's because Sanskrit is many, bahu, bahuni, second and third. So it is many. First is singular, plural, and is many. So that is the Sanskrit way. The Indian mind works at bahu, more many. So he says, bahuni me, many may my betitani have passed away. Janmani. Bahuni me betitani janmani taborjuna. I also was born many times. Momo janma, my birth, and tavo janma, oh, Arjuna, your birth. We have been born many times. But tani aham, those birth story and things, aham veda, I know, I remember, I can recall, I can recollect. Nattam, to me you are not. Vetha, you cannot know. O Parantapa, you may be mighty armed Arjun, but you are a jiva. And I am the Lord of the jiva. I have the full wisdom and knowledge. What is the Lord's wisdom? Omniscience, omnipresence. So he remembers everything. But we remember few stories of this life, no? Of our life. If you say, what happened to you when you were a 5 years girl or 10 years girl, you can remember something because it has happened in this life. But because jiva, we are individual, we can remember only one lifetime, that also how much we remember. If we look back to all our life, how many incidents, how many seconds have passed through so many good, bad experiences, this, that. How much we remember? We forget. That is the jiva, quality of a jiva. Individual soul has this limitation. But I am God. I am divine. I am, power of me is omnipresence, omnipotent. Time, I know past, I know present, I know future, because I pervade everywhere. So there is my power as Ishvara and you as a Jiva. So you forgot all these things, but I as Ishvara, I remember everything. So this is the reason that I have given this advice to him, and that is transcended. I remember all these things, you cannot remember. So many are the births taken by me, M is capital, me means here Bhagavan Krishna saying. And you, O Arjuna, also took many births. I know them all while you know not, because your memory is small, limited, and my memory is unfailing memory. And everything I know, everything, every bit, Ramakrishna said, even the dangling of the, what is called the anklet you put at the feet of an ant, God can understand that, he can hear that sound. That means subtlest of the subtle, grossest of the gross, he knows everything. So, here is the note has been given. Arjuna is a jivatman, bound by karma, so he has no memory of his previous births. But Krishna is an incarnation of Ishvara. He is therefore ever pure, ever free and omniscient. He can call to the mind how the cosmic intelligence assumed a form previously and enlighten the Vivasvat, the sun god. Ramakrishna's quotation. Incarnations are, Krishna, Rama, they are incarnations. Incarnations are all the personification of Ishvara. Ishvara, who creates this universe, it is personified. That Ishvara, that means what is normal idea in the Judeo-Christian idea of God, what is called God. God descends, that is why it is said God descends. God, which is magical power, this infinite nirakara, no form, but he has the quality of desire to create in the universe. So his power, he descends with controlling his Maya. So Sri Ramakrishna says incarnations are all the personifications of Ishvara. In the ocean of Satchidananda, a wave rises up in one place at one time and it is called Krishna. Another wave rises at another place sometime later and it is called Christ. So, therefore, 6 verses. Ajopi shan abhayatma, ajo opi shan abhayatma, bhutanam ishvaropi san, bhutanam ishvaropi san, prakriting swam adhisthaya, prakriting swam adhisthaya, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Ajo Pishan. I am Ajo. Ajo means I am no birth. I am the Ishvara. I created everything. I am the Satchidananda with Maya, Ishvara. Ishvara is one step down, then Brahman. Brahman is absolute, timeless, spaceless, there is nothing creation, no creator, all this concept is beyond that. One step down with the Maya, he becomes Ishvara. He said, Eko ahang bahushyama. And then Prajayeti, I will be Ishvara. I am one, I will be many. How to be many? That's why I am Ishvara. And I will Prajayeti, I will create the descendants. So that is the way God, so it is his power. So Ajopi, he has no birth. But Ajopi son, being Aja, Janmarohit, unborn, Abhayatma, as nature is, everything is perishable. But God does not perish. Everything created, as in Swami Vivekananda says, anything created will be destroyed. But no one created Ishvara. He himself seals, it is called self-willed. He willed himself to one, I will be many. It is his will. No one forces on them. Therefore, it is the no subjugation of anything. It is said that's why on Abhaya Atma is that its nature is imperishable. Ishvara is imperishable. Ishvara has no birth. No one created him. And second quantity, imperishable nature. Bhutanam Ishvara. Not only that, he is the Lord. Ishvara means the Lord. Of Bhuta means created. The entire created universe, the suns and moons and galaxies and stars and all this earth and all these beings here and what is the gross, subtle, causal, everything. I is the master or the Lord of the universe. He says, I am birthless, I am Abhaya, imperishable of nature, I am Bhutanam Ishvara, Lord of the whole creation, Ishvara. Being so, what I take? I take a human body. That is the most miraculous thing. It is very difficult. That's why Ramakrishna said, to believe in Avatara is their last word of spiritual life, because it is the full knowledge only. How come impossible? Is this Ramakrishna was born, Christ was born, the human body, see this much length, height, and this much body weight, they are baby and then becoming young. Can you believe that Lord of the universe can come? Ramakrishna said in another place, it is when Avatara comes, they are like, he says that the king sometimes visits incognito to see the condition of the subjects, how they are going on. So king comes down, though he appears to be ordinary person moving around us, but he is the Lord of the universe. His power remains the same. Being born here, he can exercise whatever power he needs. So, Bhutanam Ishvara Vishan, Prakriting Swam, Swam means mine, Prakriting means the nature. God is saying my nature. What is God's nature? Satchidananda nature, not talking about that. But creation side, three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, as a Maya, Prakriti, 24 principle, 5 elements, 5 senses, 5 organs of perception and action, and mind and etc. So created in this way, 24 principles. So I with my power, this is my power. No one has, I have borrowed from that. It is my power, 3 gunas, or we can say it is 24 cosmic principles. With that power, Swam Adhisthaya, I Sambhavami, I will become manifested, I will manifest myself again and again and again and again. Juge Juge. Now, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. by my own Maya power, Maya Shakti. So, no one forces me, no one controls me. I am the boss. I wanted to be one. I became many. I am the Lord of the universe, and I control everything by my own power, which is called avidya, and I call it Maya. And that Maya is my Shakti, and that Shakti in Sankhya, they will say 24 principles, and in Vedanta, they will say 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tamas. With this power, this is my power, I exercise that power and become many, and I also incarnate myself. I take a human body. So, dual action done by me. I am not forced. That is why, though I am unborn, imperishable, and the Lord of all beings, yet subjugating my prakriti, as Sankhya philosophy will say, I come into being by my own Maya. I am not forced by anyone. Self-willed, is called self-willed. God is self-willed. So, Prakriti or Maya Shakti has her part to play both with the Jivatman, with the incarnation of Ishvara, but her function with these two entities is diametrically opposite basis. No? One is controlled, one is the controller. She enslaves the former and is enslaved by the latter. Maya is the power of God. By that power, the Lord creates the universe. Sri Ramakrishna said that the Dev, the waves belong to the ocean. Ocean does not belong to the wave. But because of the ocean is there, that is why waves come. Waves are individual, all these people we are around and the whole universe we see, these are little waves. These are because the ocean is there. But minus ocean, no wave can be there. So, therefore, enslaving the former and is enslaved by the latter. Maya is enslaved by Ishvara, and later, jivas, we are enslaved by the latter. It is by manipulating the Maya Shakti that the unborn Lord puts on the appearance of being born and growing. That is why it appears. Shankaracharya has this beautiful statement in the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita, probably, where he says, such a Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, same language, that Bhagavan, Ajopishan, though he is birthless, Abhayatma, that Atman, which is imperishable Atman, Abhayatma, Bhutanam Ishvara, all these qualities, what we read just now. Bhutanam Ishvara is the Lord of the universe. Ishvara Opishan, being so, Dehovan Evo, it embodies form. Dehovan Evo Kurban Laksate, as if we see that he has taken a birth. Born as Rama, Krishna, Sri Chaitanya. The one supremely above karma apparently assumes it. He is beyond all karma. Being born, say Ramachandra, how much karma he did? Being born, the Lord of the universe, Suddha Brahma Paratpararam, and being born in the family of Dasharatha, and learned archery, this, that, all this Vidya, killed so many demons and asuras who was disturbing the yogis. They are performing the homa fire, and these asuras are disturbing. So he killed them. No? What tremendous activity he did. What is the meaning of this, doing so much karma? Because they do karma for the good of world unattached. So, above karma apparently assumes, the one supremely above karma apparently assumes it. That karma again is not capricious. The collective karma of the society, as it ought to be, gets itself embodied in the incarnation. He does not stand in need of making any experiments with the various factors of life. His advent simply explains the sublime plan and purpose of human life. Whenever our incarnation came, their life and principle shows Christ. Love thy God with thy heart and soul. No? Blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are those who are pure in heart. All this message, in universal message, they give that message to the world. Everything in nature has its time to appear, and does incarnation of God also come under this law? That will be the next verse. So, then 7th verse is the verse where it says, the page 276, Yada yada hi dharmasya, yada yada hi dharmasya, glanir bhavati bharata, glanir bhavati bharata, abhuttanam adharmasya, abhuttanam adharmasya, tadatmanam srijamyaham, tadatmanam srijamyaham. So what does it mean? Yada yada, whenever in time, dharmasya, of the dharma or the spirituality, glani, it declines, righteousness declines, and adharmasya abhuttanam, unrighteousness raises its hood. Tada, at that particular time, atmanam, I myself, srijami, I recreate myself. By my magic power of Maya, I recreate again and again and again and again. So that is the dharma, is verily the karma that is conducive to man's growth and progress. No? Dharma, what is defined? Dharma is that which will be that type of activity, karma, which is conducive to our spiritual growth. And adharma is what? What takes us away from God. So if this is what impedes them in the adharma. At every time adharma prevails and prevents man's evolution. The cosmic intelligence embodies itself as a matter of course. So that is the way he comes again and again. So sufficient reason he has given, and then he will give the reason why I come down, to protect the innocent, paritranaya sadhunam, sadhus, holy people to protect, and to again to vinasaya to duskriti, that those people or these negativities, so to destroy them I make my birth again and again. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So next Saturday, Swami Sarvadevananda will be speaking here. And what is the topic? Taintless sky, shining sun, immovable mountain, boundless ocean. So that is the topic of next Sunday talk. And Saturday also he is speaking. Saturday is the like a city in a mirror, that is the topic on Saturday, 5 o'clock. Thank you.